The thesis that we are pursuing involves a certain company that Congressman Collins is investigating.
She had access to everything we were doing, and I believe they killed her for it. The character I play is this guy, Stephen Collins. He's a congressman from outside Philadelphia. And he is, younger congressman, but kind of on the move. And he's holding these hearings into this company called Point Corps, who are working on privatizing basic military contractors. And he's investigating corruption, basically, in what they're doing. And then what happens is that we find out that he's had an affair with a woman in his office when that woman dies. That's revealed. She dies in a train accident, and there's some debate as to whether or not it was an accident or suicide. Then he has to kind of call on his old friend, who's working at a newspaper, who's played by Russell Crowe, who he's become estranged from, to help him because they came up together, and this guy's in the media, and this guy is in the press, and he knows how to work this stuff, and also he's been kicked out, and he has nowhere to go. And so the story then becomes about Russell's character trying to struggle with issues of loyalty towards me and feelings about his ethics and his job and pursuing the story, and me trying to figure out what's happened to me and investigating this company and who's connected to this woman's death, and Russell investigating that story, and me trying to patch up my relationship with my wife, and Russell trying to patch up his relationship with me, and it's a thriller and a character story and all this stuff going on.
You're my friend, Cal! I never would have done this to you!
Sorry, Stephen, okay? Sorry about all of it. Please, look,
It actually it helped me understand it, playing this part, because the siege that you get under from the media in one of these moments where it's like that infidelity moment is so much stronger in a way than your anger or your personal stuff or the infidelity thing. It's like, it so transcends that. When the whole world has turned on you and your family and you're married to this guy, the instinct to be protective, I think, is much stronger than your anger. You can take your anger out later, or you can rail at him in private, but you do want to protect your husband, weirdly, and you want to protect your children, I think. And so the people go, how can she stand with him? Because they're just sitting on their couch thinking it's a soap opera, not understanding that the act of them watching on television has an effect on those people. And so, it's why you see it happen all the time, and rarely do people actually get divorced. The only people that really got divorced was like Jim McGreevey, when he turned out he was gay. You're not going to stay married to a gay guy.
I will go on the record. I will shout this thing from the rooftops.
I can do that.
I think it touches on some of it unintentionally because it was made, last year, and things have kind of changed, But it touches on a lot of stuff that's right in the middle of happening, and sometimes with movies you get lucky and that happens, or you really miss and you just go like, gosh, it's too bad we thought it was going to be this and it wasn't, it's that. But particularly the internet and the press and newspapers and the internet is sort of wiping away newspapers so quickly from the media landscape that people don't even know what to do. The New York Times just yesterday laid off 200 people or something and cut everyone else's salary, and that's the New York Times. Other newspapers, Seattle Intelligencer, I think, just folded. Rocky Mountain News. There's a bunch of papers that are just falling apart, and that's just sort of the beginning. And a new blog is created every 1.4 seconds, I read. That's faster than the birth rate in the U.S. It's this incredible phenomenon that's happening, this sea change. And so as we see this kind of tsunami wave, we wonder naturally, well, what's this going to mean? When the wave goes and crashes and pulls out, what will our society look like then? What kind of journalism will we have then? Obviously, the verdict isn't in yet, but this movie is kind of just aware of it. Rachel's character and Russell's character representing each side of that divide, and each pushing for something different and having a different set of expectations and different kinds of standards, being trained differently, all that stuff. And it means something, You'll look back on this as probably the last movie set in a newspaper.
This is as big and as connected as they get.